Alright, so I have Strapi installed and running on localhost 8000 because of the watch admin flag. In this video, I will change few things like auth logo, the menu logo that you see at the top left of this dashboard, some text like workplace, and we will hide tutorials that is shown on the bottom right screen. So let's get started. The first thing you need to do is go into the source directory under the admin and rename the file app.example.js to app.js. Once that is done, you will see that there is some stuff inside it, but we don't need it for now. So let's just remove everything that is inside config object and add our own properties, our own keys and values. The first thing is the head. Now this head is basically to customize the HTML head element. Right now, all we have is Favicon. For Favicon, you need to provide an image. It can be PNG. I will name it Favicon and then import it at the top. Strapi recommends putting the images inside an extensions folder into this admin directory. So let's reference that. And then let's name our favicon something that we can easily remember. For now, I will be using the logo of Brave browser. So I will just say brave logo.png. Now let me copy paste the PNG file into the extensions folder. There we go. And as you can see in the background, the page automatically reloaded and we can see the favicon is changed from Strapi logo to the Brave logo. And we are just getting started. So the next step is changing the menu logo. For that, the key that we want to use is called menu. Inside that, we can reference it by logo and we can again create an image, but I will just use the favicon that we have created above. Let's save it. The page should reload, and as you can see, the menu logo is changed. The next thing, or the next place where I want to change the logo, is the authentication screen. So let me show it to you first. Whenever you are in the login screen, or I think forgot your password screen, or let's call it password recovery, you will see the Strapi logo. And maybe if you are changing the logo in so many places, you might want to change it here as well. So let's see how we can do that. To change this logo, we will use the key auth and we will change the property logo of this object and provide our own logo. Here again, I will try to use the favicon and see if it works. So as you can see, we have changed the images in 3 different places. Let's log in and go back to our dashboard. The next thing I want to change is, well, actually 2 pieces of text. One is called Strapi dashboard that is shown at the top left, and another called workplace that is shown on the top left as well. I want them to show the name of the company as well as the place where this instance of Strapi is hosted. So it can be localhost, it can be staging. To change the text, what we need to do is provide something called translations. Now, this is not the official way of changing the text. In fact, there is no official way of changing that text. But I found that I can just provide a translation for it and this will work. So create a new object called translations inside config, and we can provide translations for each language. For English, we can provide translations with the key EN. Now the important part here is to figure out what is the key that you want to provide translations for. So for the workplace, the key is this app.components.leftmenu.navbrand.workplace. And once we have the key, we can provide any value we want. So let's call it staging. Save it and see. In the left menu, if you notice, the workplace is gone and now it says staging. Of course, if you are supporting multiple languages, you might want to provide the translation for each of them. So let's add another translation for French. At least I hope FR is French. You can say whatever you want. You can find the French word or translation for staging, but for now, let's just call it staging. Now the next part is figuring out how to find these keys for which you can provide translations. And to do that, you can go to the GitHub repository of the Strapi itself. I will paste the link that will take you to a GitHub page which will contain all these keys. Let me quickly show you how it looks. As you can see on this page, there are a lot of keys. That means there is a lot of customization available to you if you just write some code. In fact, this is not even code. This is just a configuration object. So just keys and values. No logic in there. Now let's move to the next part, which is hiding the tutorials at the bottom right corner. For this, all we need to do is just say tutorials false and save. You can see on the reload the tutorials are gone. The another thing I would like you to do, which you might or might not know about, is hiding the notifications. Now these are not all the notifications that you are hiding, just the notification that a new Strapi version is released in the admin panel. One last thing that I want to show you is how to specify the languages that are available for your users of the CMS. So first, let's take a look where the editors can change the language of the admin panel. As you can see, right now only English is available. And say we want to allow French as well. Just add another key called locales. And this locales, if you remember, was the only thing that was available inside config when we first opened this file. I want to just add French to the mix and save the file. The admin panel reloads, and now let's see what interface languages are available. So we are done with this video. I just noticed one more thing, that there is a link that will take users out of our admin panel and towards Strapi. And I would like to hide that too. Let's see if this is possible. This is completely unplanned and this might not work, but let's see if it is possible. First, I will copy the text that I want to change. Then I will go to the translation files in the GitHub. Let's search for the text. And I can see that there is an interface language help key. Let's copy the key. And now we can decide what we want to say. I want to say everything that there is, but not show the link. Now, as I can see that they are using a key called here, the code will probably watch for this here word and change it to a link to the docs.strapi.io. So let's just remove this here and see what happens. And just to be clear, you might want to do this for your French version as well, or at least copy the French thing. That would be even better. So copy the key, change, as you can see the URL is for en.json, so change it to fr.json, search for the key, and let's see, and remove here word from this text as well. Let's save it and see what happens. Alright, so as we removed here from the, by the way, you cannot see I'm making the air quotes. So as we removed here from this text, now the code cannot place the link to docs.strapi.io. I think that actually was a good bonus piece where you got to see that you can almost always change whatever text that is visible to something more to your liking. I have another video planned where I will show you how to use npm patch package to customize even the internals of how Strapi works. So subscribe to this channel and let me know in the comments what would you like to learn about the Strapi headless CMS. I will see you in the next video.